Today I'm going to review a Disney item, and it is a piece of the Haunted Mansion wallpaper from in this case, it's from the stretching room. Here's the certificate of authenticity it comes with, and as you can see, here's a piece of the wallpaper. Now, I got a version, it's a little smaller, I was told, because I got a review version. They sent me one just so I could talk about it for you guys. So the real one, if you buy one, you might get a little bit bigger piece of the wallpaper. Now, you can get this for $25 on Amazon, a little bit under $25. It's from Sears Collectibles, and it is, it comes with this nice little plastic, so it's safe. As you can see, that's why it's all shiny, and it's a nice, paper with that also comes with a receipt and everything that you can use for the lifetime guarantee. Now, you might think, I'm sure some people think, oh, $25, that's a lot for, let's face it, you can't really tell necessarily that this is from the Haunted Mansion other than the fact that you're told that. It is from the stretching room, and it's not the iconic eyes on the ride when you're in the Doom Buggy and you're actually in the mansion. It's not that. They also have foyer. They have wallpaper from the foyer for the same price. And again, that is not as iconic, although you may be more familiar with it because unlike the stretch room where it has the wood paneling and then the above where the stretch portraits are is where you would have found this. This would not be, right at eye level. It would be up higher and you wouldn't be able to see it as well. So you might not be able to tell what that is as well as you would the foyer where you're actually walking by and you actually would have seen it. But I personally think that the stretching room, it's a cooler room. It's more iconic to the ride than just the foyer. I mean, obviously the foyer doesn't even make it into every version. The Japanese and as well as the Walt Disney World version, you kind of skip that part and go in onto the Doom Buggy, and they have kind of another similar version area. So, it's not as iconic as the stretch room is. Now, so personally, I like the stretch room one better. I think I don't have the other one, but I think I would prefer to have the stretch room. Now, for $25, some people might think that's a lot, but I think when you compare it to something like a trading card, like for baseball, they have the bats, tiny little slivers, or a jersey. They're similarly priced. Same thing with Disney has trading cards that are the reels, a little like one or two, a couple little reels, and those are typically even more money. So I think it's not that bad of a price. The other thing is it's hard to find actual pieces of the park or things you could buy. There are the pins, the piece of history pins, and again, those are priced similarly or even more expensive, and they're even smaller. And you can't tell what they're really from. You know it's from a certain ride because that's what the pin is, but it looks like a little piece of, cut up plastic with maybe, like, oh, it's a little red piece of plastic. I don't have any idea what it's from other than, oh, the pin's from Pirates. Is this part of the Batu boats that you ride in? Is this part of, I have no idea. And this you actually know what you're getting, and it's a lot bigger piece, more identifiable. I mean, it's still, like I said, still hard to tell. It's not quite as iconic as, like I said, if it would have been the eyes or something like that, which would have been great. That would have been really great to have. But I do think I think it's a reasonable deal when you think about that. It's hard to find these kind of things at all, any kind of piece of the park. If you get something bigger, they do sell ride vehicles or things like that occasionally, and those are very, very expensive. There are, I remember I have the Main Street Electrical Parade light, and it's kind of similarly priced. So I think this isn't a bad deal. It's something that's hard to find anything like that. So it's a good deal. It's something you could hang up if you wanted, or I have just so much stuff, and I don't have necessarily a Haunted Mansion only. Like, I'm sure if you're a big Haunted Mansion fan, you could put it with your Haunted Mansion collectibles. You could, have this hang it up. Again, I mean, it's perfect for that. If you go to the dollar store, get a little frame, it'd be great. I think I'm probably going to just put it into a binder, have a little plastic sleeve. I mean, it's already in plastic, but put it in another sleeve and put it in a binder with other, Affirma or paper collectibles, and just, so it doesn't take as much space. It's something I'll be able to pull out and look at later whenever I want. So I would suggest this for people who are, you know, fans of the park, especially if you're fans of the Haunted Mansion. I don't think it's good for, say, a little kid. It's not something like that. It's more for an adult collector and someone who's big on the parks, or especially for Haunted Mansion fans more than anybody else. The same company also has pieces of the Carolwood Pacific. They're a bit more. I think they're about $90. I don't have one. I don't know what they look like. I've seen the photo. I don't have a great idea of what they are when you finally get them, though. But I think the one thing about that is it's something that was owned by Walt Disney, so it's a little more personal. And anything, even like its signature, anything that's Walt Disney touched or owned or whatever is super expensive, super rare and valuable. So that might not be a bad idea if you're interested in that too. It's, you know, not the park, but it's, you know, again, like I said, it's something that Walt owned and it's related to the park. So again, I don't have that to show you. I'm just kind of mentioning it since I'm mentioning this. So that's something that if you're interested in the theme parks, and especially in the Haunted Mansion, that you might want to take a look at and you might enjoy. So that's my opinion about it. I think it's not really that bad of a deal when you consider other similar products. I think it's actually priced pretty reasonably, even maybe a good deal, like I said, because it's so obvious what it actually is, and it's a lot more than, you know, say something in a trading card or on a pin that you can identify. So I think that's good. It would be nice to see more products like this that are more, you know, a different range priced, instead of the ultra expensive, say, ride vehicles that you probably have to go to an auction, or, you know, maybe occasionally on eBay nowadays, but they're hard to find. To see more little items like this, and I know they do have some. I've seen like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, the seaweed, things like that. You can get these kind of things occasionally, but they're harder to get. And I would like to see more of that. I think a lot of collectors would like that, and I think a lot of people would buy that. So something you might want to look into if you're a big Haunted Mansion fan or a big Disney Park fan. So anyway, that was my review for now. I'll have some more reviews for more products coming up soon, so keep an eye out for that. And if you're interested in that kind of thing, make sure to subscribe and leave comments below. And I hope to see you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.